Hello and welcome. Today I am doing a painting without paint because all I'm going to be using are some Faber-Castell. These are Pitt Artist brush pens. I think, is this one slightly different? This is called a watercolour marker, but it's a Faber-Castell. And these are also Faber-Castell, but they are called sketch markers. So, but they're all Faber-Castell, basically pens. And then I have got my Neocolor 2s. This is my En Plein Air kit, and this is the remainder of. And just in case I need a few more colours, I've pulled them out. So what I'm going to be doing is this photograph here. This is a photograph from Lowestoft here in, well, actually Lowestoft I think comes under Suffolk, not Norfolk. But anyway, here in East Anglia on the coast. It's a lovely seaside town, Lowestoft. I go there quite a bit, and I had to kind of kneel down quite low to get the angle on this. Not that I'm a photographer, but I thought I did quite well. So I fancy having a go at this one, and I think I'm going to start with my Faber-Castell pens, and I think I might have to do it slightly sideways. Let's go a little bit sideways here. Right, what I want first is to get that green in. So maybe I don't want to do it like that. Okay, let's get a line there and have a bit of a gap, and we'll get that strip of green in, which is just there. I've actually drawn myself a little kind of square to use as to make it look like a little bit like a vignette, if you like. So we're going to get the green in first. Okay, so we've got first kind of green strip, and then there's a second one, kind of got a bit of a path there. We've got a second square that kind of goes across there. So we're going to colour that one in. The book that I'm using today, the sketchbook, is a Stillman and Byrne Nova series. It's the grey toned, and it's not very thick. It's 140. Well, no, 150. Let me just check. Yeah, this is just 150 GSM, so it's not terribly thick paper. Actually, if I move this down, I'm less likely to get my head in the shot. Let's try that, shall we? Try not to get the head in the shot too much. Okay. So I've got those couple of kind of strips there going across, and I want to get some of those buildings in. So let's try this colour for this building at the back here. And we'll have that one to be quite a tall building. We'll have it coming across as if we're going out of the picture, I think. And I'm not trying to do these buildings as they are. I'm just putting a building in. I seem to have lost my windows. Never mind, we'll put them back in again in a bit. Okay, and then we'll have a maybe slightly lighter colour building, and we want that one to, we want to show that it's kind of on this angle, don't we? Let's try and see if we can keep those windows in this time. Okay, so we've got some windows there, and then it looks like we've got a much bigger one there. And some like so. So we've got a bit of a building going on there. And then I need an even different colour, I think, for the next one. Maybe more of this kind of browny colour for this much bigger building here. And you can have that one going all the way down here. And then we've got a little bit of a building going across there. And we've got a chimney pot there. And another chimney pot behind it. And we have got this roof. We'll just go down like so into that. And we want to show that we've got a bit of a chimney pot and maybe a bit of a chimney pot, but we're gonna colour this in anyway. So I'm using this really as a background. These pens, and then I might put some other things on the top in a bit. And then let's put this kind of much bigger window here, doorway there, and another bigger window there, and then I'll just colour the rest of that in. And I don't mind, I want it to look wobbly, I don't want it to look perfect. I'm not aiming for perfect here. I think things look more painterly. Is that the right word? When they are maybe a little bit on the wonk, maybe not so not so straight lines and that kind of thing. Let's try and even you up a bit there. And then I think we'll go for a slightly different colour. We'll get a bit of a building in here. We'll give that a roof and a chimney pot. Just to even you up a bit. So we'll make that one a doorway. We're going to have a lot of our greenery covering some of this up. So yeah, it's not important that it's perfect. So I think we will now move on to get some of this greenery in, and I'm just going to give it all a background of this. I think it's called green earth green. And I'm not being tidy here, as you can see. All these big fat ones work so much quicker. Okay, so I have now got what I'm calling my background in there. I'm then going to move on to my neo colours, and for these buildings I want to get some white around these windows, because they've all got white around the windows. So I'm going to use the Neo Colour 2, and it's the white one, to give that impression of the white around the windows. And the same over here. And I've got one window there. Here, a big window there. Window there. We'll do the same over here. Maybe we'll stick a door on that one. Okay, so now we've got an impression of those. Let's go around this door. And it looks like the door is just black in that one. So we will make that a black door. And that one a black door. And that one. Is that dry enough now? Some of this wasn't quite dry for me to get the neo colour over the top. Okay, I think that kind of brings that out a little bit. I'm going to use another neo colour, English red, and I just want to get something going on this roof maybe, and perhaps we'll get some little ledges at the bottom of these windows. There, just to give it a little something. And then we'll move to Payne's Grey, And maybe we can then get some more details in here a little bit. So yeah, maybe we'll just, and I'm not sure what I was doing there, but perhaps we'll fill that in and give it a bit of a darker roof there. And perhaps we'll make a line there. Just building it up a little bit anyway. Right, now I want to get the more green for all these leaves that are coming up over this grass. So let's go with this one first. And they are really going up quite high. That one's not showing up a great deal. We'll try the next one. That's slightly better. And we'll add neo colours as well. Just going in lots of different directions here. And that one's definitely not going to go over the top. Right, let us go for some greens then. Got 3 different greens here. So maybe we'll start with the darker one. Get this in. I want the sides to be, yes, going up over the houses like that. Okay, let's go to our next green. Get some of that in. And then our final green is this nice bright green one. Really, oh, oh well. They all break eventually. I want this wonderfully textured build up. There we go. So I think that is not looking too bad. Well, actually, we'll pop you in there. So next, I'm going to add in, let's get a bit of blue sky. This is light indigo. Oh, head. I need like a beeper to go off as soon as my head gets in the shot so that you can't see. It's not so bad if you can still see. It's just, it's because my camera is above my head. So we will just get a bit of blue sky in like that. And finally, we are going to use, yes, it is Dr. Martens, or Dr. P.H. Martens Bleed Proof White. And what shall we use? We'll use a size 10 Escoda. And I want to get some of these flowers in. And these are white flowers. So I'm going to get some shape for this big one here. Like so. They're the really big ones. And then we've got some here that are smaller. So I'm just using the side of my brush here to kind of make little flowery shapes. They're just shapes. And we'll have some over here. And bearing in mind that they get smaller further up we get. So as we go up further, and I might end up having to do some splatting. Well, I will end up having to do some splatting. So now let's do our, I'm just moving this away from my keyboard because that's what I'm prone to do. It needs a bit more water on there. Let's try and get that going in different directions. Okay, so where is my bit of tissue? I seem to have managed to splat my building there, but that's all right. We can just dab that off. And I feel that I really need to darken up to show that maybe there's a stem there, and maybe a stem there. No, I'm not sure that they are showing up that much. Maybe I need to use, let's use the Payne's Grey, yes. And maybe we can then get, and possibly because we want some of this to be a little bit darker down the bottom. So I'm just going to darken this up because between these kind of grasses and flowers, there is most definitely a darker bit. So I want that to be a bit darker. Squint my eyes. Yes, that's coming out as much darker, which is what we want. And what I'm missing is there should be a bush back there. So let us grab this and we will get some little bushes and things going on at the back here. Get those in there. And I think maybe I'm going to need this emerald green so that we can bring that out a little bit more. And then we can see that we've got that bush at the back there, can't we? So I haven't tried to do the buildings and make them look like their buildings. I've very much improvised and made this my own. So if I bring that up, I think you can see what I've done there. And I think that that's rather effective, just using Faber-Castell Pitt Artist or watercolour marker, or what are these, sketch markers. I think I might be looking for some more of these Faber-Castell pens. I think they work beautifully on this kind of paper. And then using my Neo Colour 2s over the top. And if you need white, then obviously Dr. P.H. Martin's bleed proof white is really, really good. So there we go. That is paint without paint, because bleed proof white isn't paint. I think it's got zinc in it. And actually, let me see if I can. I always thought it was like an acrylic, but zinc sulfate. Other than that, it doesn't tell you what it's made of. So I don't know, but I'm not classing that as paint as such. Not like a watercolor paint anyway. So have a go. You can pause the video and take your time. I've done this really quickly, but even so, I really like the perspective. Mine looks like it's a bit more on a hill, but that's okay too. I'm not trying to make it look like the photo. So have a lovely day, have a lovely evening wherever you are in the world. Please subscribe if you can, hit the like button or the thumbs up, and get notified for any of my videos that are coming up. And I will, see you next time. Stay safe and stay calm as always.